Welcome to a conversation with a community leader. I'm Cary Bozeman, and I'm your host. I'm the former mayor of Bellevue and the former mayor of Bremerton, and I'm currently a Port of Bremerton commissioner. And this program is sponsored by Leadership Kitsap, of which my guest today is a member of the board of Leadership Kitsap. So anyway, my guest today is Irene Carper. Am I pronouncing that right, Irene?
Correct, yes.
Irene Carper, and she is the COO of the Port Madison Enterprises. It's an agency of the Suquamish tribe. Is that correct? Am I right about that, Irene?
Yep.
And established in 1987. So I did my homework.
Yep. That's good.
Before we get started on the interview about your job and the community and all that, Irene, let's talk about your background. Where are you from? What brought you to Kitsap County?
Hochschla, Irene Carper, Seedsta. My name is Irene Carper. I basically just said good day to you, Cary, and everyone. Suquamish tribal member. I was born in San Francisco, California. My dad was in the Navy, and we relocated back up here to Suquamish back in 77, 78. And so I grew up here ever since in Suquamish.
Your mom?
My mom was a stay-at-home wife. She raised 7 of us.
There you go. My wife has 7 siblings, and she was the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she got the leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right in the middle. Yeah.
Where'd you go to high school, Irene?
So actually, I grew up obviously in Suquamish. So I went to Suquamish Elementary. I went to Paulsbo Middle School and graduated out of North Kitsap High School.
Yeah. Great. So you are definitely a local person. There's no doubt about that. Well, let's talk about, you've got a big job in the community. I mean, a lot of us are very aware of who you work for and their involvement, Port Madison Enterprises, and all the great things they do. Talk to us a little bit about the relationship between the tribe itself and Port Madison Enterprise. How does that work?
Oh, so we're the business entity. Port Madison Enterprises is the business agency of the Suquamish tribe. And so basically what we do is we take care of all of our retail businesses. That's Suquamish Clearwater Casino, that's our retail stores, that's Mossy Shop for the Longhouse and Suquamish Village. Those are the 3 stores that we own. We also have Kayana Lodge. We have White Horse Golf Course,
which we all love in this community. Kayana Lodge. I don't know how many weddings I've gone to that place, and meetings.
Yeah.
It's still the best environment for a wedding there is.
Yeah. Kayana Lodge actually is pretty much the graduation home for Leadership Kitsap.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, we're pretty proud of holding that event, especially here. So we have White Horse Golf Course. We also have what we call property management, which is we own a couple business parks here in Suquamish, as well as we own a few houses that we actually rent out. Yeah, we also have our Port Madison Enterprise Construction Company, as well as our Suquamish Evergreen Corporation, which is our marijuana. We have what we call Agate Dreams, which is our marijuana shop here in Suquamish.
So you've got this agency that part of the tribe, but separate. It's kind of the business part of the tribe nation. What's the mission of your organization?
Yeah, our mission is really to really financially take care of the Suquamish tribe in the membership. We are responsible to make sure all of our businesses are open.
I was going to say, my next question is, a lot of your businesses relate to conferences and meetings and conventions. So the last few years with COVID, must have been pretty difficult for you.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Obviously, golf of all the things
Yeah.
that rose over the last 2 years, golf became one of those very popular sports that that people went to, because of one, it's outside, and one, you get fresh air.
Yeah, I'm an avid golfer myself, but
I
by the
didn't
way,
know that.
I love your golf course. I didn't say I was a good golfer. I said I was an
I
avid
didn't
golfer.
know that.
And I've noticed, I play up at Gold Mountain a lot too. I've noticed the last couple of years, it's just packed there all the time. It's just really busy. So it looks like your investment in Whitehorse was a good idea. Huh?
Yeah. We're pretty proud. Obviously, we're pretty proud of all of our businesses, and ensuring that we give back to the tribe, and that. Yeah.
How many people do you employ out there?
So pre-COVID, we were at just a little over 1,000 employees on the Port Madison Enterprises side. But because of COVID, we're down to probably about 750, approximately, fluctuating in between 750 and 800.
Yeah. You expect to be hiring people back in the near future as COVID kind of goes away?
Yep. And just like everyone else, we're having a tough time trying to fill positions.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
My wife works for a big corporation in Seattle, and they're having a hard time too. And they pay pretty good money.
Yeah.
So you guys, you have all these businesses. They're by and large pretty darn successful. Any of us that live here have been to the convention center. We've been to the casino. We've been to Kiana Lodge. I don't think I've been to your new fish market, but
seafoods?
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
I'm a huge seafood guy.
Yeah, you should go in there.
What do you do with the profit?
With our profits? I mean, obviously, just like any other department, we got to make sure that, or any other business, we have to make sure that we can keep it open we got to pay our bills and all. We still have bills,
But you're supporting various programs within the tribe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's your bottom line mission.
Yep. Our bottom line is, that's exactly it. There's that. And then when I say the tribal government, which is our tribal center, our tribal government, then they decide what programs that those funds go to or go towards, and allocate appropriately.
So you also, I know you also give out to the community. You have a fund for that. Can you talk about that for a little bit? How that works?
So Appendix X is we're responsible to give back a certain percentage back to the community. And they have an application through the tribe for Appendix X that they allocate out throughout Kitsap County, and to try to help support, these other businesses and other communities that are in need. So.
Well, I know that you do a lot in the community, and I've been on the Leadership Kitsap board for a long time, and boy, the tribe's always been a good supporter of that organization. So,
we're pretty proud. We try to support everyone, but obviously, with COVID, there was obviously a lot of requests because there was a lot of need out there. And so, definitely can tell, that there was a high increase of the community that was in need.
What's your decision-making process and how you distribute these funds in the community? How do you decide who gets what? Who does that?
So that's on the tribal government side. That's on the foundation side. They have their program of how they make those disbursements. I can't honestly tell you how how that's decided, but I know that it goes through the Suquamish Foundation and they allocate it that way.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you like who's all applying. I just know they,
Oh,
you
no,
know,
you've got a process for it.
yeah,
There's a separate group that within
yeah,
your organization that
yep,
deals with this, right?
yep, mm-hmm,
Before
yeah.
we go any farther, I want to mention the boss out there, Leonard Forsman.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah, chairman.
Well, I'm a big fan of Leonard Forsman's, and I wrote an article in a local paper about a month ago when I found out that he had been appointed to the Board of Regents of the University of
Oh, yeah,
Washington. Now that is a big deal.
yeah,
In the first place, that university's got 50,000 students and one of the best universities in the world. The second place, he's the first person ever from Kitsap County to be appointed to the Board of Regents. And he's the first Native American to be appointed to the Board of Regents.
that's awesome.
That is amazing. And I'm so proud of him. And I know he'll be he'll speak his mind as a trustee, I'll tell you that. And, I've said when I was the mayor of Bremerton, we interacted quite a bit. And I always found him to be thoughtful and well prepared, and fair, but he stood his ground. And we had some arguments and some debates, but he's quite a prominent and important person in the entire community.
He's very valuable. I had well, obviously as a tribal member, I have the opportunity to work with him regularly as a tribal member, but also very closely in my role here at PME. But I also had the opportunity as a council member to sit on council with him. So I was able to get a lot of experience and knowledge out of him on on some of the major decisions that the tribe would make or could make. So it was very awesome to receive that type of knowledge and training, especially from him, because he's
a good mentor to you.
Yeah, he's a very good mentor. Yeah.
He's also a visionary, he thinks out.
Yeah.
Pretty good at seeing out and
yeah.
sitting out in front and thinking about things that maybe you had never thought about, like owning a golf course or building a fish market or all these things. That's pretty progressive. The community itself is very fortunate to have this man involved in our community. He helps make it better. That's
yeah.
The PME is run by, I think, overseen by a board of directors, right?
7 members. So we have a 7-member council, as well as a 7-member board who obviously anyone below the board, as in our CEO, Chief Operating Officer, which is COO, which is my title, by the way. Any of us report to the board. And then the board reports back to tribal councils how that org chart works and flows. But at the same time, because of all of the close relationship that we need to have when it comes to communication, we pretty much are in communication pretty regularly between the executive office of Port Madison Enterprises, which is our CEO, COO, GM, assistant GM, our CFO, as well as the board, and then council as well.
How does the council get appointed? Who gets on
How does council get? So tribal council they're all voted in positions by general council.
Oh, they are.
So we have our annual meeting, which our next annual meeting is in March, and normally that's when we go in, or whoever wants to put their name in and run for certain positions that are.
Do they campaign for it, like running for city council or something?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must be interesting. What's the population of the Suquamish tribe?
So we have probably a little over 1,200 tribal members.
Boy, you're a powerful organization, I'll tell you that. Are you going to get into the sports gambling business?
Yeah, so we actually just opened up our sports book just last Friday. We had a soft opening late January. I think it was January 30th is when we had our soft opening, and then we had our grand opening on Friday, February 4th. We are partnered with FanDuel. So FanDuel is another sports betting company.
I used to go down to Las Vegas with some buddies back in my old days, and we'd go there during the basketball tournament, the big basketball tournament, and we'd play golf in the morning and sit around and gamble all afternoon. You know, but that's a huge business, and I can't imagine you're not going to be successful at it. I mean,
yeah, we're haven't really got too far into like the reporting, but we're just starting to get some reports from daily reports since we opened, and so we got to just kind of dial that in a little bit, because it's not an area that, just like any other betting, like blackjack table games or slots or anything, you got to just kind of train yourself, and you got to learn it. And so that's kind of what we're doing at this point.
Are all the tribes in around here, the Northwest, are they all going to do sports gambling?
Yeah, it all depends on who. I mean, you take a look at like Puyallup opened, Tulalip opened. I'm not exactly sure what the status is of Port Gamble or the Point Casino.
Yeah.
I don't know what the plan is for like them or Seven Cedars or so it all depends. So
I'm sure they'll do it. It's amazing how the tribes have been so smart about combining hotel, gambling, golf. You guys got the whole package.
Yeah. We pretty much work hard at.
And another thing I will say to you, Irene, you guys, your company, I call it a company, it is. It's really well run. When you go, I'm on the Humane Society too, and we do a big auction at your place, and it's just always well organized, and food's always good, and the service is good, and it's just it seems like your business is really well run.
Yeah, we take a lot of pride in everything that we do here. We instill in our tribal members that we open with open arms, and we take care of, we're known to take care of people, and that's exactly what that we focus on. And so when we hold events or anything like that, you're going to get 110% effort from every person. It's because we take a lot of pride in that, and we're always open to questions and suggestions, and all of that of how do we make it better. But we instill that we just want to provide the best opportunity for anyone that one walks in our door or comes in to the tribe.
Well, it shows. And there are lots of tribes in the Northwest, and there are a lot of them doing some of the same stuff you are. A couple of questions around that. Do you meet with those other tribes and have meetings with about what they're doing and how they're doing it?
Yeah, we have there's many different levels of communication. And so, and again, like if we talk about like sports book, we had a lot of tribes that were calling and and looking for suggestions or ideas of what what we're doing versus what they could do, or if there was something that they could do a little bit different. So there's always going to be communication within the tribes. So
I noticed the Tulalip tribe up in Marysville, they seem to be pretty darn progressive. As I follow them, they're big up there, and they do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. They're pretty big.
They are big. And when you drive up the highway, you think, they just got one business after another up there.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Let me ask you a couple things like the golf course itself. When you bought that, I don't know. I guess the question is, how does that interface with your other businesses? Or is it just you wanted to have a golf course but it's got to be a interface there somewhere.
Yeah. So if I understand the question right, so we had bought Whitehorse and committed to buying Whitehorse. But also at the same time as we committed to that, we also committed that we would not, technically build any houses on it. And we obviously are true to our word that we wouldn't build anything extra on Whitehorse other than really focused on the golf course itself. And so when the tribe made the decision to buy that, it only made sense to, turn that over to the business side. And so we run it just like a regular business. So
they must connect it up. I mean, it's a natural connection to golf, gambling, and hotels, right? So that makes sense. It just gives you another attraction to your package. Hey, Irene, getting close to the end of our conversation here. What are the big challenges you see for the tribe the next few years?
Oh, geez.
Or opportunities.
Yeah. We'll just go with COVID at this point.
Yeah.
Right. COVID is a big deal. And I think staffing, again, we're struggling, getting applicants, to come back to work.
You have do some of your employees work out of their house now since COVID?
For Port Madison Enterprises, no.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all pretty much back in the office. We also have, obviously our the same type of restrictions, mask requirement. We only have only recently in December had we reopened up a small smoking section, but literally for the last 2 years we have been non-smoking, and so
I think COVID's probably had a big impact on you guys, and as we get through this, which we will, then we'll get back to some sense of normalcy and things will get
that's what we're hoping. We hope.
Irene, is there anything I have not asked you that you would like to share with the community here?
There's probably a lot, but at this point I think we're open. The casino, the resort's open. We're slowly bringing back group business and events, and we hope we can, like everyone else, we hope we can kick this COVID.
Well, Leadership Kitsap, as you know, held an event the other day with, I don't know, 200 people or something, and it seemed to go well, and people had a good time. So, we're moving back to some sense of normalcy here. Well, thank God. I've lived a long life here, and I've never lived through a pandemic though, and it's been rough on everybody. Of course, hundreds of thousands of people have lost their life from it, which is terrible. So, but I think my point is, I think we're moving through this, and we're going to get to the other end of it. You have a big job with a very successful company. So, a little bit about your background, educational background, real quick. Are you a finance expert, or what's your?
No, a lot of my background is really, I've worked here for 27 years.
So you've come up through the ranks.
Yeah, I came up through the ranks.
Good for you. Well, that must mean, one, you're smart and you're good at what you do, and congratulations.
No, I appreciate it. So when it comes to like education and all, a lot of my background is in gaming. I mean,
Yep.
I don't think I'd be in the position that I'm in without a lot of the experience that I was able to gain.
Well, you work
and-
for a great organization that's making a difference in people's lives,
Mhm.
and you're adding to the economy of this region. And just, I've got nothing but respect for the tribe and your organization and what
Yeah.
you do, and I've always felt that way since I've been here. So, thanks for joining me on another conversation with a community leader. And
Yeah.
stay well, and we'll see you on the board meeting on Leadership Kitsap, Irene.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next board meeting.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been another conversation with a community leader, and we'll see you next time.